Liam was diagnosed in December of 2009, and he was 3 at the time. He had a limp at Thanksgiving. We had that checked, that didn't seem anything, and then he stopped walking, I think it was around December. And we went into the hospital, had some blood work done. They told us it definitely was increased white cells and that we'd have to go in immediately to have a bone marrow test for leukemia. Liam's been an incredible trooper. He'd have a bone marrow test done and within a few hours of coming into recovery, he'd be running around the house again. In the beginning of 2010 or so, they talked to us about the SideKicks program, told us about it, asked if we were interested in having one of the doctoral students follow his case. And quite frankly, we were interested in doing whatever we could because they were doing so much for us.
Before medical school, I always had an interest in pediatric oncology and kind of thought that was what my career path was going to be. And so I got an email over the summer before starting medical school, and they said, anyone interested in joining this program called SideKicks? And so I applied. I was really eager to find out the news, and then finally got accepted right before starting first year medical school.
Bye-bye! Mom, hold on!
It went really far. It's been great, especially during first and second year where you don't get that much patient contact, to then realize that there are patients out there with, Liam has ALL, which is a type of leukemia, and we learn about it during first year and into second year. And it's easier to make that connection when you see a patient that has it, going through the chemotherapy, going through all the different procedures that entails, and it kind of makes you realize why you're learning all this stuff.
One of the goals that I've had teaching medical students is for them to have a holistic idea as to what the families are going through, to be able to understand and appreciate the suffering, the burden of therapy, not just the disease. It gives them a patient, not a large volume, but a single patient that they can focus on, be friends with, while providing, a service of being there emotionally and physically for a child who is left often alone in the hospital. It also gives them a longitudinal exposure. What happens when you're diagnosed with a life-threatening illness? When these children are repeatedly admitted, they see all these people coming and invading their space, asking questions, being intrusive. And here is somebody they can trust who is just there to be a companion, who is there not just in the hospital but can come to the clinic, can meet outside the hospital.
Julie's actually become more like part of the family in terms of she's always there, always comes to visit us every time he has an appointment. She's come to the house, she came to his birthday parties. Really can't tell you how much it's meant to have her in our lives. I don't want her to go out of our life. I want her to be part of our life as long as we can keep that connection going.
He's almost done with chemotherapy, and he should, live a long, pretty healthy life after this. So realizing that, you can make a small impact, but it's only a small part of their life, and making that as pleasant or as, as welcoming, as exciting as that can be. And I've really enjoyed being that part of his life.